Good evening, everybody. How are you? I hope you are really well. I am back from my holiday. I've been off on a week's holiday. For those of you that watched my earlier live this week, you'll know where I've been and what I've been doing. And if you didn't watch it, because I don't want to tell you that tonight I'm here especially for you. What a weird day it's been. It's really hot tonight in my little studio here, but I've watched it be all seasons today, from sleet and torrential rain to bright sunshine, and now it's really warm. And I really do have wild COVID hair tonight, don't I? I must get an appointment at the hairdressers. I hope you're doing okay. So welcome to my weekly live. If you are watching live, hashtag live. If you are watching on replay, hashtag replay, and let me know where you are watching from. Hi, Faye. Thank you. Thanks for that. So tonight, I am going to be talking to you all about time management from decades of experience. But I'll start by introducing myself for those of you that don't already know me. So I'm Mandy Nicholson, and I am a creative genius consultant, artist, and author, and I help creative women to launch, grow, and scale their business and make more money. And I show up every Tuesday night and do a training or an information video that helps you to inch forward in your business, even just a little bit, and to help you get to know me a little bit better and what I do and how I help. So I have spent decades as a senior leader and business owner. And time management and productivity is one of my favorite topics to talk about anytime. I could literally be dropped into a room of strangers and be able to talk about this for hours on end. But I'm not going to talk about it for hours on end tonight. So don't worry, don't panic, and don't roll your eyes. I am going to make it as straightforward and succinct as possible for you. However, time management is a big topic, and it's something that I find that loads of people that I meet, many of the women I work with, really struggle with, because everybody's busy and everybody's got so much to do. But believe me, investing some time, it sounds odd, doesn't it? Investing some time to actually look at your time management and be critical of what you do and how you do it can save you lots of time and make you lots more money. And that's what we're all here for, isn't it? At the end of the day, we want to make more money and we want to have time. So time is your most precious commodity. There is nothing more precious to us as human beings than our time. And it's finite. We are only here on this planet for a finite amount of time. So we absolutely must make the most of it and get ourselves a really good balance between work and our enjoying our lives. We're here actually to enjoy ourselves, not just to work. And that is what's really important to me. So I made this really, you on social media, and lots of gurus and mentors, etc., have 7 steps to, 10 steps to, whatever it is. I do loads of those. Well, I managed to get time management down to 15 points, and I'm sorry, I couldn't get it any less than that, because the more I looked at it, the more important I thought it was to really take it step by step and cover all of these points. Now, I have spent decades looking at time management and productivity. I've done time and motion studies in retail environments, in administrative environments. I have measured cases per hour, scans per minute, you name it. Managed and motivated people around KPIs to actually improve productivity and service in multi-million-pound businesses. So when it comes to time management, I do know what I'm talking about. And I have got a freebie for you tonight. If you continue to watch and you want it, then let me know. Say hashtag Mandy, please send me one. I'll explain in a minute when we get to that. So the first thing I'm going to say about time is, step 1, the most important thing you can do is to stop and do an audit. to really understand where you are now in terms of managing your time. Now, I know some people like to wing it, and I know some people like to go with the flow. But actually, by doing that, you could be investing more time than you need to into activities in your business and in your life, and not allocating enough time to the things that really bring you joy and balance and bliss. So taking time out to actually do a time audit can actually identify for you what you can improve on. And it doesn't matter what level you are, whether you are a multi-million-dollar billionaire CEO or whether you're just starting out. It's important to know where you are right now. So in order to demonstrate this to you, I have got here a one-page time audit. It's dead simple. In fact, it's so simple that I did it 10 minutes before coming on here and just look at one day in my diary and did a time audit. And it's traffic lighted so that you've got a little key at the bottom, and it's literally, you're going to look at every hour in the 24-hour day and allocate what you are doing during that time to identify how much time you are spending on individual tasks. So obviously sleep is red. It's a priority. It's important. It's, we can't really do without sleep. And then there might be other things on there. This will identify how many hours you're actually working, how many hours you are in downtime or wasting time or not using your time effectively. So it's a very simple tool to start your time management journey, is to do a time audit. And you need to do one for every day and have a look at what your diary looks like over a week. So if you want one of these, just let me know. I will send you that in Messenger. And that translates then into your diary. So there's my diary, all traffic lighted with the tasks highlighted in red for the top priority. I'm not going to go into that in too much detail. That's a whole other live, and you can find that on my YouTube channel when I'm talking about planning and productivity. So if you want that, it's a really good place to start. First of all, a time audit. Then when you are actually looking at planning your time effectively, you need to have achievable goals for the week and to prioritize your tasks. So what is your goal for this week? Ask yourself that question now. It's Tuesday night. What are your goals for this week? Do you have a financial goal for this week? Do you have any specific business goals for this week? Any other goals, work goals for this week? What are they and what's most important to you? And it's Tuesday. Have you already done them because it's the early part of the week? What are your goals? So you need to be going into your time management and knowing what your key priorities are. And that works in line with your time audit. Then to take your priorities and work them into a daily plan. So how do your priorities spread out over the week? If you've got big priorities for the week that are going to generate income for you, at what point of the week are you doing? Are they spread out over 5 days? Do you do them all at the start of the week? Are they something that needs to wait till the end of the week? When are they going to happen? And this is really important in terms of planning your diary and allocating the time. So that's number 3, daily plan. Number 4 is plan your diary first. Before you plan anything else, plan your diary, whether you use a calendar or whether you use a paper diary, and I use both. Plan your diary before anything else. It's the first thing that goes in my diary every week, is planning the diary for the following week and allocate enough time for you to really look at that. And I used to spend a couple of hours doing it. I spend about an hour now because it's something that I do all the time, looking at my diary and making sure that I tick off the next 3 points. So number 4 is plan your diary. And the next 3 points that I'm going to raise are all interconnected. Okay, so you need to listen to these. Point 5 is make sure you've got your most important tasks first. So either first thing in the morning, first in the week, wherever, they need to be done first, because that's when your energy is going to be the highest. And the reason for that is point number 6, and it's called the 80-20 rule. 80% of your productivity comes from 20% of your time. Think about that. 80% of your productivity comes from 20% of your time. So the first jobs that you do in your day or week are the most important jobs. That's when you're going to have the best productivity and the best results. In fact, if all you ever did was those key prioritized tasks first thing, or whenever your biological prime time is, and that's point number 7, biological prime time, when are you at your peak? When are you feeling the most motivated, the most uplifted, the most rested? Yeah, for most people, that's early in the morning or sort of mid-morning. So think about the 80-20 rule. What are your most important tasks and when is your biological prime time? Some people come to life in the evenings. Some people it's first thing in the morning. Some people it might be after lunch. Everybody's different. So I can't dictate that. Only you know when that prime time is for you. So that's point up to number 7. Number 8 is put some time limits there. If you've got a task that you know needs to be done, that it's really important and that you're going to complete it in your biological prime time and using the 80-20 rule, put a time limit on it. So when I write a blog, and I write 4 blogs a month, 8 newsletters a month, and all of my social media content all within a week. Now, I know each blog is going to take me an hour. So I give myself an hour of uninterrupted time to write a 1,500-word blog. I will not allow any more than that, and I'll keep an eye on my pace and my motivation. I do it at my most productive biological time of the day, which is 10 o'clock in the morning after everything else is done, so that I can make sure that I'm really productive in doing that task. I know how many I've got to do, and I know what is the best time to do them. Think about that. Give yourself a time limit for the specific tasks that you are carrying out in that particular day. Here's a great one. Be a day early. So if you're planning your diary and you've got a deadline for Wednesday, put the deadline in your diary for Tuesday and absolutely be 1 day early with that task. You will feel a sense of relief. Do it all the time. Create that as a routine, a habit, because it will really alleviate the pressure that you feel. So even though psychologically you know you've got till Wednesday, but if you know you've completed it on Tuesday, a lot of women are really good at this. So sorry if this is granny sucking egg stuff, but it doesn't hurt to remind you all the time of all of these things that you can do to help you become an absolute master at your time management. So be a day early. Make sure you plan your diary with your deadlines in a day early. Don't knee-jerk. Turn off your notifications. Do not knee-jerk react to emails popping in and notifications popping up on your laptop, your phone, or wherever. Set yourself, actually put time in your diary that you are going to check your emails, say, twice a day. That's an allocated period of time for, say, 15 minutes that you're going to look at your notifications at your emails, because they are so distracting. They take you off task. And when whatever takes you off task, it will cost you more time in the long run, because once you are distracted, you'll start scrolling and you'll start looking at other things. So be really specific in the time that you're going to allocate and don't be distracted by emails and notifications. Nail your outcomes. So if you've got meetings planned into your diary that are important, nail your outcomes. What do you want to achieve from that meeting? Because that makes it really valuable use of your time. If you're going into a meeting and you want to achieve 3 outcomes and you can tick that off at the end of the meeting, then it feels like a really useful use of your time. So make sure you've nailed your outcomes for every meeting that you have, no matter if it's a 10-minute meeting, whether it's a 45, a 2-hour meeting, whatever it is. What do you want to achieve from that particular meeting? Schedule in your breaks. Now, I only work 6 hours a day, but I make sure in that 6-hour day that I have 2 15-minute breaks and a 30-minute break, so that I am not sitting too long at the computer. I am not feeling that lull that you get in the afternoons or late morning. I am always up and about, going, having a walk around, drinking plenty of water and making sure that I have a good break. It's really important. They are scheduled in my diary every single day. We are going into tip number 13 now. Organize your email. There is nothing more distracting than opening your email with 200 messages in there. Most emails have the facility for you to create folders, file things away when they are done, even if you're waiting for responses, because it'll still ping up as a new email when you receive the response. Clear out your email. When you go into it at your allocated time, then you can clearly see what's new and you can deal with what's there. And it allows you to be productive and focused and deal with the task at hand instead of going through thinking, goodness me, I've got all of this to deal with. Don't multitask, right? Women usually are the worst culprits for this. We are able to multitask. So therefore, it becomes something that we become proud of. And I can multitask, I can do this. Don't do it. Focus on the task at hand. So when I'm writing a blog, I don't have any tabs open on my computer. I go in, I write the blog, I do it in the allocated time, I save it, close it down, and put it in its appropriate file. And then I open the next tab that I need to work on. So close your tabs and don't multitask, because you will be, this is where we are distracted. When you have 20 tabs open at the top of your computer and you are trying to do 3 jobs and you are job hopping, you are not being productive. You might think you are, but the amount of time that you waste doing this, if you added that up over a week and a year, you'd be horrified. You'd be really horrified at how much time that is that you are job hopping instead of going in, doing a task in an allocated time and completing it. Believe me, I know this is true because this is what I do. And finally, number 15 is to create a routine. All of these things that you're going to be looking at around your time management, do it as a routine. So off the top of my head, I can give you my normal routine in a week. Every Friday, I plan my diary for the following week, same time every single Friday. Every morning, I start work at 10 o'clock and I will do first 15 minutes, clear out my email, make sure I deal with all my messages, notifications, then I'm down to work with the next task, which is the most important priority. You need to create routine from the things that you do in order to become really efficient at it. It's like anything. Have you ever watched these amazing women in India and some of Morocco and some of these countries that can weave really fast and make and craft things at super fast speed? Now, they didn't do it that fast the first time they did it. They do it that fast now because they've been doing it day in, day out as a routine for so long. And what happens with your time management is, as you build in routines and you introduce some strategic plan, I hate using the word strategic, everybody's using it these days, some plans as to, like I've talked to you about today, you get faster and faster and faster to the point where you can work less and less and less and get more done. You will get, this 80-20 rule, 80% productivity from 20%. Imagine that. Imagine if you currently work, 10 hours a week, and you get 80% productivity from 20% of your time. You only actually have to work 2 hours to get those 10 hours of work if you are at your premium productivity. So there's a lot of points there. I'm going to run over them again if you want to write them down. So number 1 is do a time audit. Okay, there's a sheet available. Just message me, DM me, or put a comment in here saying, please, Mandy, I'd like one of those, and I'll send that to you. Do a time audit. Number 2, set achievable goals and prioritize your tasks. Number 3, have a daily plan. Know exactly what you are doing day by day. Number 4, plan your diary first. Do that before you do anything else so that you always know your diary is planned. 5, 6, and 7 are interlinked. 5 is do the most important tasks first. 6 is the 80-20 rule. 80% of productivity comes from 20% of your time. 7, be completely aware of your biological prime time and work in the biological prime time. Number 8 is set time limits on tasks and stick to it and actually manage yourself. Number 9 is be one day early. If you've got a deadline, be one day early. Be that person that's early with things. Number 10, don't knee-jerk to responding to emails and notifications. Set your allocated times that you're going to deal with them throughout your day. Number 11 is nail your outcomes. Make sure you've got outcomes for every meeting so that you know that every meeting is productive and delivering what you want it to. Number 12 is schedule in your breaks. Make sure you're having regular breaks and drinking plenty of water. Honestly, it's so worth doing that. 13, organize your emails so that your email box is not full. That's really stressful. It can be overwhelming and it can suck time out of you just by sitting there and staring at it. Number 14, don't multitask and close the tabs on your computer. Do one task at a time, do it well, and do it in its allocated time. And 15, finally, is create a routine for all of these things. Yeah, get into the habit of becoming that really fast crafter in India that makes the basket at super speed. You are going to become so good at time management. You will only have to work half the time you do now. That's my objective for you. So I hope that's helped tonight, and I hope that that's just given you a little prod. It's things that you may have known already, and maybe I've reminded you. Perhaps some of them are things that you haven't thought of before. Perhaps some of them, these things are things that you do when you want to go and revisit. That's all good. Let me know if this has helped. I will be back next Tuesday at the same time, exactly the same time, 7 o'clock every Tuesday night. It's in my calendar. It's in my diary. I will see you then. Have a wonderful week. And I hope this helped. Remember, if you want that one-page time audit, let me know. Bye for now.